Hello everyone! Today we're going to work on some more efficient rail flyers. This is actually the one that I wanted to show for this video, and I still think it's really great, so I'm going to show it at the beginning here. This is a slimmer version of the twin torpedo that I had in my last flyer video. It gets near the star fragment tail speed at neutral, has pretty good handling, and it uses 6 rails instead of the 10 that I had before. This one's a good build for if you just want to be able to move fast at neutral, and turning radius is a secondary concern. So this is my slimmer twin torpedo, and this is a great design if you want to try it out. You can see that the V is a little bit lower than the front stacks if you're trying to build it. Today though, I want to work on something a little more exciting. So we're going to build a flying machine that only uses 3 rails instead of 6. It has better handling than the twin torpedo. It doesn't move as fast at neutral, but it moves just as fast when you nosedive. So first we'll attach one railing on the front of a flat railing on the ground. And now we're going to attach a second one to the base, but on the other side of the first, and line it up so that you can still see through the holes. I think this looks a little better than having the Ultra Hand goo in between the plates. We'll grab one fan. This is going to be the detached fan, but we'll attach it for the moment. And make sure you line up the middles. Remember that 7 and S, and then you line up the middle of the fan. Push it all the way against the wall before you attach it. And I attached it to the base railing. And now we're going to cage that fan in with the second fan. They actually mesh well together. So we'll turn it 90 degrees down, facing backwards. And we'll push it up right against that fan. I have it a little bit off center there, but it'll be fine. And we see here the small gap between the fans. That's what you want. And last we'll attach the control stick on top of the attached fan. The placement is important because the railing's really light, and Link, his weight actually matters. So putting it here centers the mass. Let's attach the front fan, and then we can take off. So you can see right away that I'm flying basically perfectly neutral, with a slight right bias because of the back fan. Here I'm going to ascend a bit to gain some height. The updraft is just from that front fan. We're so close to it that you can see the updraft. But if you look on the minimap, you see that my cursor is not moving. So this build allows you to basically climb up a wall almost. You don't move forward as you climb up. And now I'll turn towards Terrytown and go into a nosedive. Right now. And we're very close to the speed limit with this build, going in a nosedive. Here I'm going to land, and I'll show that landing's way easier. It actually just stops on its own. Both the fans are running, but I guess without the control stick it's not moving forward. Since the fan is loose, it can sometimes move around a little bit, especially if you bump something. So right here you see after a nosedive I started to stall, and when this happens there's little puffs of smoke that come out the back, like right here. You lose altitude. But if you keep going forward, sometimes it resolves itself and you can just get back up into the air like this. You might need to readjust the fan on the ground as well. Here though, I'm doing a nosedive and then I go straight up afterwards and no stalling. So I think it's just occasionally, and it's just minute placements of the fan. So here I'm carrying a Korok, and I put it on the back I suppose if you put it closer to the fan, it'd probably be a little more balanced, but you can carry a Korok just fine. And we see that nice landing again. I just came from Mount Lanayru, where I froze a couple pieces of meat, and thanks to fish WTF is this, I'm going to put them on the bottom and see how they do as sort of sliders on the ground instead of wheels. And they work great. Handling's pretty good. You can go over large rocks, probably not small rocks. You can go up some hills at least. And here I'm going to do it again on Hyrule Field, and we'll see how fast we can go. So we slide along very well. And remember, at any point here, I can pull back on the control stick and start flying. But if you choose, you can just be a land vehicle for a little while. Like right there, I was accidentally flying. Sucks. Up here, I was going to test how far I slide when I let go of the control stick. But since the front fan's still active, I actually ended up going faster when I let go. That way you could probably surpass the speed limit. Also, I guess you can just stay on the control stick when you bump into things. Pretty cool. You can see from that bump the front fan got pushed a little bit to the left. Here, let's try a not controlling autopilot test again. Yeah, we're definitely speeding up. I wonder how fast you could go. Can you go, like, forever if you're not stopped? But fan got bumped a little bit more, and we see as we go up into the air, it's biasing to the left. But it's still flying, so it's not that big a deal if you can deal with the left-hand bias for a little bit until you get to the ground and readjust the fan. But still pretty fast. Alright, here's one more. Thanks for watching, everybody.